guys, are you here? And today we're playing some Disc Freeze. I saw in the comments below that you guys wanted some Disc Freeze gameplay, and I happened to play some last night with Tosan and Boomsurge. Boomsurge is one of my subscribers. We actually freaking owned. We got up to around 2,700-ish MMR, and I got to like over 2,600 current rating. I was like, that's pretty cool. To start things off, we're fighting an RMD here. Rogue comes in to blind me. I press death. I death a blind. Beautiful way to start a game. This wasn't even the longest or most impressive game, but you gotta add the death blind in the YouTube video. Can't cut that one out. No way. And by no means am I playing these perfectly on Priest. I've only played a couple sessions on my Disc Priest this whole expansion. I got Gladiator last season as a Shadow Priest, so this season I'm like, fuck it, maybe we'll get it as a Disc Priest this season, you know? My Feral's getting so low here, but the Mage dies without blocking, so yeah. Like I said, this wasn't the coolest game, but gotta put that Death Blind in there. We had quite a bit of games last night. We queued for like a couple hours. I think we went like 19-4 or something crazy. We actually had like a pretty sick session yesterday. And it got a couple hundred rating, went from like 23 to like 26 in like one sitting. So it's like, okay, cool. Cool. Just got completely carried playing some jungle cleave. General strat here is to push in, play offensive. Against some stuff, like against the RMT, I was actually playing back trying to avoid those sheeps, whereas something like this, we want to push in, play in the Druid's face, really try to get as many, you know, scatter, trap, fear, binding shot, kick, like CC chains as possible. And we actually learned against this, so this is a comp that a lot of people ask me about, because it's very common on ladder right now, and against this, as Feral Hunter, we just trained the demo, and it actually wasn't that bad. And I know what you guys are thinking, like, why the hell would you train a demo lock? Because they're tanky as shit. They have like a passive shield wall, and when they get low, they have a double passive shield wall. It's crazy. Boomkins can go bear form, and training the Resto Shaman, training a healer just doesn't work, because we just die. So this is, we've tried a lot of stuff, and this is kind of the best strategy that we came up with. Here I'm trying to keep all three of us alive. Healing the pet. I am actually the mana conservation spec, so when I'm healing myself, heals are 50% less. Is that called inner renewal, I think? I'm not even too familiar with the Disc Priest specs. But yeah. So my mana should be okay. I'm also playing Mindbender, so I'm trying to use that semi-frequently. Kind of trying to use it on our CC setups, but at the same time trying to use it almost on cooldown as well. But I'm not the best at it. Like as I can see right now, my Mindbender's up, but I haven't used it yet. So yeah, definitely tons of mistakes coming out for me in these games. By no means perfect Disc Priest gameplay. But I did achieve about 2,600, so that should be good enough for Gladiator. And I have two options. I need you guys to help me. I can either, and we're queuing at about 2,700, so I'm pretty certain we can get around 2,700 if we keep playing. I can either stay Horde and get Gladiator, or transfer Alliance, play with these guys, and then go for a rank 1 push on my Priest, because as you guys know, Alliance is lower, or Alliance rank 1 is lower than Horde rank 1, and push to about 2,750, and go for Fearless Gladiator Xaryus, which would be, I've been rank 1 time on Priest before, Primal Season, as Shadow. I've never been rank 1 as Disc though. So that would be pretty interesting to get my first rank 1 on Priest. But I'd have to spend the money, go Alliance, and then it's just kind of a welfare rank 1 title, because people are like, yeah, you're rank 1, but you got an Alliance, you know? So there's always that little asterisk by it, like, oh, it's an Alliance rank 1, doesn't count, you know what I mean? So I'm going back and forth on it. I don't know if I want to spend the money for a title with an asterisk by it. Or maybe it's my first rank 1, so fuck it, just get it anyway, just to have a title. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can help me decide. Down below in the comments, give me your reasonings or whatever on that. But anyway, this lock gets so low like the majority of this game. But like I said, guys, when locks get below, I think 20% life, they get an additional shield wall. Might even be below 30, but yeah, they get an additional shield wall, so they take reduced damage as they get lower in life. And as I'm just rotating, people might be like, oh, how are you healing? A majority of this healing, guys, is coming from Power Word Radiance. Okay, I'm taking the talent that makes my Radiance instant cast with a 6-second cooldown, and that Radiance is just boom, AoE heal, keeping us all up, boom, 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 throwing a shield on the person that needs it the most at that time, and besides that, I'm just throwing out penances and Shadow Mends as needed. Using cooldowns like Rapture if the Boomkin's popping his cooldown, so I can just spam shield everywhere. I'm going for fears off of any traps or binding shots. Even if they're, you know, binding shot, there's binding shot and bursting shot. Bursting shot shares DR with fear. Binding shot's obviously a stun. So yeah, I'm still just doing the DR fears because it's better to do that and try to get some like double, triple fears even if it's DR'd, as you'll see me do a couple times here. But yeah, trying to line up my defensive cooldowns with their offensive cooldowns, trying to line up my CC after their CC, and other than that, I'm just keeping up as much of my, you know, healing rotation as possible, and keeping that Mindbender on cooldown as much as possible. And that's kind of the strategy for me. Like, that's all I, like I said, guys, I've only queued a couple sessions on my Disc Priest this season. This is my first time playing this comp. Go for a little quarter MC just for a little extra CC. The freaking lock is getting so low, so freaking low. Casting Light's Wrath on him. Hopefully that'll take him out. Nope, he has a 40% shield wall. Still trying to take him out, but he's just a literal tank when he's low HP. It's like kind of counterintuitive. You're like, oh, he's low HP, just, you know, just finish him off, like whatever, like one hit. But once they get low, that's when they get super tanky. But eventually we get a triple fear and he does go down. So there it is. Taking out that Demon Boomkin, Arsham, that Fodom comp. This is what I call Fodom comp right now, man. These three classes together are insane. Well, I guess Arsham isn't even that powerful, but really, Boomkin, singularly as a class, is fucking incredible, and Demo Lock is insanely good too. So when you put them together, you have two classes that are invincible, because Bear Form and Demo Locks, yeah, and that are just crazy. This is a pretty short game. I just needed to, you know, add another game in here. So I thought they were actually going me. I think I was playing Defender of the Week this game, and I'm stacking up my shells, pre-claritying everyone. I'm like, okay, here it's coming. They're paralyzing me. They're going to go out of that. They grip me in. I'm getting really scared, and they don't really go me that hard. I thought I was going to instantly flop. I'm not really used to being trained. Here it is. They come a little bit later. I paint up myself at 100% and get Pet Sack. I also pop Archangel. I'm just healing myself up. I think that was a pretty good amount of cooldowns to use. I held my Trinket there, and we used just other cooldowns, but the main thing is to paint stuff at 100% life. And yeah, a lot of our games, guys, besides against Demo Lock Boomkins, were really fast matches. So we just get a full trap here onto the Shaman, and I can even full fear off, and DK's just dead. So yeah, we had a lot of our games were like about this length, where we had great openers, and we just killed with trap into fear or something like that, and we're winning most of our games doing that. Some of the games were longer, and those were usually the demo teams. So here we go, hopping into another Ellie demo. This is the majority. We also fought a lot of demo. We fought demo Enhance, demo Ellie, demo Boomkin. Demo is super fodder right now. Man, a lot of these demo blocks just got really good all of a sudden, you know? They just came out of nowhere. Just their skill levels just improved drastically over the last few weeks. I wonder if their skill level will decrease when they get nerfed again. But anyway, Hex Totem right there, moving on to this Hex Totem. Hex Totem's actually awkward because I want to play back around that pillar, but I can't get there. You see, I'm like trying to get there, but that Hex Totem is blocking me off from my line of sight that I so dearly want. But yeah, I finally have Fade so I can hide back next to my pillar, and I do like playing next to a pillar so I can avoid things like Fear or Hex. Dispel my fear. By the way, for targeting, I use scroll up and scroll down for party 1, party 2. I use mouse button to target myself, and I use shift scroll down to target pets. I actually didn't make that pet macro. I used to have it back on Mop or something, but I accidentally deleted my pet macro because I was playing a lot of Shadow, and I didn't have it. So I was actually letting his pet die in some of these games when I shouldn't have. But I made the macro later on in the queue session, like, later on at night, and it was nice to be able to heal his pet. I don't really use my mouse to click on my party frame, so it's pretty difficult to click his pet. But with that macro, it's very clean. And that's just, I just did target and then his pet name in that macro. But yeah, when I have downtime, I try my best to stack clarities when people are full HP, but usually there's not too much just downtime where there's doing nothing. There's a plane going by, I don't know if you guys can hear it. But yeah, just usually not too much downtime. So I'm usually just trying to keep everyone topped, pushing in for maybe a massive spell, a fear, offensive dispels. Like, it seems like on my priest there is always a global oppress, which is fun, which is cool. Like on my mage, sometimes there's a little bit of downtime where you want to save your sheep DRs, you want to save your damage, you're kind of just waiting for stuff to happen. But on your priest there is always stuff to hit. Got a quarter MC there to finish it off. The shaman dies. So guys, that's the gameplay for today. Disc Priest, if you guys liked it, thumbs the video up. If you guys disliked it, thumbs the video down. Let me know down in the comments if I should transfer and get rank 1. Maybe, not guaranteed, or just get glad. Let me know. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!